Good evening. Today I'm going to show you how to grow citrus trees from seed. I have this amazing looking lemon that I got at a local market. This one is actually spoiling, but I want to grow this variety and I've never seen one for sale. So I'm going to cut it open, take the seeds out, and plant them. Like many tropical and subtropical species, citrus seeds should not dry out. If they dry out, they will die. So the seeds have to be planted soon. And if you can't plant them soon, put them in a damp paper towel or something and put them aside. Just don't let them dry out. Don't stick them up on the counter and think, I'm gonna plant these things, because if a week goes by and they dry, they're dead. Treat citrus seeds with care. What I like to do is just take a handful of seeds and stick them in little pots. And then wait. Keep them watered, but not too watered. You don't want them waterlogged. They're kind of a semi-arid sort of a crop. They don't like tons and tons of rainfall. And so keeping them not drenched, but just water them when they're dry and let them go. I've seen them germinate in some pretty dry, sandy conditions. So just don't soak them. Don't soak them. Citrus seems to take about a month to germinate, sometimes 2 months. There have been times when my brother and I used to fight with grapefruit, and we would throw rotten grapefruit at each other, and then we would find citrus seeds germinating behind the shed, little citrus trees in my parents' backyard as a kid, popping up in strange places because they had obviously been hurled there during one of our very violent citrus throwing games. Just know that they're going to come up at some point. Let's plant. I pulled these citrus seeds out of one of those crazy looking lemons just a few days ago, and I put them on the countertop in this paper towel so I'd be ready to plant today. I don't feel like cutting the other lemon up right now, and I forgot my pocket knife, so I'm just going to plant these instead. Each one of these pots will get a few little citrus seeds. Don't know if all of these are going to come up or not, so I planted a few extras. And they're actually quite tolerant of transplanting. So if I want to thin these out later or just tip these can pots over, I can do that. Just tease out the little individual plants, transplant them to another one, and I can pot them up to larger sizes when they come up. So there we go. We've got some little ones in here, and I will put a dusting of potting soil over all these. And just water them and forget about them for a while. A month or two, maybe. Now you might ask, why would I want to start citrus trees from seed? Well, every time I do one of these starting fruit trees from seed posts, somebody comes in and says, why don't you just buy a grafted one so you know exactly what you're going to get? Because that's not fun. Because I like genetic diversity. And I think there's something very satisfying about growing a gigantic tree from a little seed. It's marvelous. And a lot of people really don't get it on growing trees from seed. If you grow your own trees from seed, you don't have anything to lose, right? Let's say you plant a tree and in 8 years it decides it's going to produce fruit, and the fruit happened to be sour. What do? You got a couple of options. You either make marmalade, or you remove some of the branches of the tree and top work it and graft it. Use that existing root system. I did a little film called Get Grafting, which is available for a donation of any amount or free if you're poor. You can just go ahead and take it. I'll put a link in the description below. But I think grafting takes away the guesswork out of trees, right? So you grow a plant, then you don't know exactly what you're gonna get. Your citrus tree might be a ruby red grapefruit or a white grapefruit. It might have small fruit. It might have great big fruit. It might have sour fruit. You don't exactly know. What I have found is that if you plant seeds from good citrus, you get good citrus. Most of the time, that's been the case, and I've had people report in, and I've gone and looked at people's excellent, delicious citrus trees that they grew from seed, and I've seen varieties of lemons that nobody else has, and varieties of grapefruit and oranges that nobody else has because they were grown from seed. They're not exactly a Navel, they're not exactly a Valencia. You've got just different varieties there, and it's your own variety. So go ahead and plant the trees from seed, and then name the tree after yourself. You know, that's Anna's orange, right? Anna, you grew it from seed. You can name it. And if you decide you like it a whole lot, you can take pieces of it and then graft it onto the ones that you don't like. Or go to one of your neighbors which has a tree, who has a tree that has a named variety, and say you don't like your type, you just say, hey, I really like that such and such tree down the street. And you take a piece of it and you graft it on top, and there you go. So citrus trees will take sometimes 8 to 10 years to produce fruit from seed, which is a really long time. Some of them are faster than that. I've heard that key limes can go in as fast as 3 years. I had a calamandan orange, which is a little sour kumquat type fruit. It's not really an orange. It's sort of like a little super sour tangerine. But I had one of those produce from seed, actually make fruit in 3 years. So I do know that some varieties are quicker than others. And by the way, those calamandans were just like the mother plant. They were very good, very sour, very good for seasoning and marmalade. So I hope this little demonstration has helped you get an idea on how easy it is to grow citrus trees from seed and why you might want to do so. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll catch you online at thesurvivalgardener.com. Be sure to hit the thumbs up on my videos if you appreciate them. And if you want to hit the thumbs down, just don't do it, please, because I really need the validation of people, nah, it's all right. You can give me a thumbs down if you want. Catch you next time. And until then, may your thumbs always be green.